Morning, everyone. It's so good to be with all of you again today. And I'm super excited to be sharing with you some of the concepts that I've learned throughout the last number of years, longer than a decade, that I've been helping with men with to recover from sex addiction. So today I'm going to start a small series on this topic of sex addiction because it's been very misunderstood by many people. So I first would like to focus on understanding what sex addiction is and how it compares to other types of addictions. So, what exactly is sexual addiction? What is it? Simply put, it's a compulsive behavior where individuals cannot control their sexual activities, whether that include pornography, masturbation, affairs, hookups, love addictions, and things like that. And even I think the big thing here is people cannot control their behaviors, even when it causes harm to themselves and others. So it's like I know that this thing that I'm about to do is going to make me feel miserable and terrible and horrified and worthless and not good enough after I've done it, but I keep on doing that specific same thing in spite of the fact that I know that it's going to be a horrible experience and that I'm going to wish that I never did it afterwards. But don't get me wrong, it is absolutely pleasurable in the moment for that first few 5 minutes that the guy's busy with the stuff. He enjoys it. This is why people engage with the stuff, because in the short term, it is pleasurable, but in the long term, the consequences are absolutely devastating. So it's much like alcoholism or drug addiction, but it revolves around specific sexual behavior. So often people get confused with the term sex addiction. They think sex addicts are just addicted to sex, the physical act of sex. But sex addiction is not just sex, it's sexual. It includes all these other things that I've just mentioned as well. So maybe we can understand sex addiction a bit better by comparing sexual addiction to other types of addiction. So just like someone is addicted to alcohol, that person develops a relationship with a drink, or a drug addict develops a relationship with the act of using. um, Sex addicts in the same way develops an dependency on sexual activities to feel normal or to escape reality. Just do something that would make me feel like I'm okay, and this behavior then takes precedence over all other aspects of their lives. So that simply means, it doesn't mean that the person is acting out watching porn 5 times a day. It means that the pornography becomes more important than anything else in his life. Like, even if he does it once a week, you can definitely be a sex addict. But it's like I prioritize everything else to come second to this brief few moments of escape. So the consequences of sex addiction are severe and far reaching. I recently had a guy on the program from the UK. His net worth is hundreds of millions of pounds, and he spent, I think it was something the proximity of 200,000 pounds a year to look after and to care for the woman with whom he had an affair with. That is mind blowing. That it's the level of devastation involved in a relationship like that is incomprehensible. And the fact that his wife found out about his behavior meant that he could lose his entire business empire that he has been building up for several years. So sexual addiction cannot simply lead to, or won't only lead to the loss of relationship, to careers or financial stability, but far beyond that. There has been 2 people in the program that has committed suicide because they could not control the behavior or the love of their partners anymore. So many addicts experience intense feelings of shame and worthlessness and guilt, which only fuel their addiction further, because the greater the shame, the greater the worthlessness, the greater the guilt, the stronger the desire to act out, to escape from those unbearable feelings. So understanding sexual addiction is the first step in addressing it. in the next video that I'll be making a little bit later, probably tomorrow, we're going to be diving a bit deeper into recognizing the signs and the behaviors associated with a specific form of addiction. So please stay tuned, and take care. And until next time, be kind to yourself, and yeah, take it easy. Thanks everyone for listening to me. I'll connect with you again tomorrow.